Okay, so I'm gonna go over my trade that I took on November 7th. This was an early trade. Uh, okay, so these are my lines of interest. We have news that came out around 8:30. Price didn't really react much to it, but I marked it anyways because price stayed above. Price did move up a little higher from about 75 to 83. This is the 8:30 news, so it's very pretty weak. But we had this nice angular line from Monday until it closed, and we've just been tracking it down. This is yesterday's low area. Price came near it and bounced up. Price came up to here and been holding VWAP since news and been holding above. So I was pretty bullish for this day unless we rejected around up here or rejected this yesterday's close over here. I was pretty bullish, but I was hoping that it would come down to this ATF over here um, for my entry, but I did modify my entry. These were my areas of interest down here, yesterday's low, and this area here because we had a lot of reaction here. Price moved up, price been respecting it, came down, and been respecting it. So market is about to open soon. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So we've been holding yesterday's close at the open, and when the market opened, we started selling off right away. All right, so this is the opening candle here on the 1 minute. We've been selling off right away. We had 1, 2 rejections. We had some nice upper wicks. Could have decided to try to enter here, but I don't really trade the actual open. Usually trade maybe 5 minutes after the open if I see anything. So price starts selling off, and I'm looking for an entry around here if we can get there. Um, but we also have this, like I said, we also have this nice angular line, and as time progressed, I thought, well, maybe we will actually respect the angular line with the news. So I drew this temporary line here. Didn't too much like it. I eventually deleted it. All right, so here we go, our news area, and I'm out of the charts. I'm looking at the 15, 30, and 1 hour, and I noticed something on the 30-minute chart that made me want to. I don't know if I can actually show it. Yeah, I can show it on this one. 30-minute chart that actually piqued my interest. If I can find it now. Yeah, this candle here piqued my interest. This candle here with volume piqued my interest. We had some nice strong volume. This was the last highest volume area here, even also on the set the way, even also on the 15-minute chart. So these areas here were piquing my interest as far as volume, highest volume areas before the 8 o'clock. And if price would respect them, I would look for an entry. And that's what I was doing. So that's where that box came from that you see over here. All right, so that you will see eventually. So I'm measuring what my potential risk for this area. If price can hold, measure my potential risk to make sure that it's going to be a worthy trade. I see some change of volume here, so a lot of selling, but we came to the news and we're kind of like pausing. So I'm just measuring what my potential risk would be. As you can see here, that's the Fibonacci tool that I changed into um, our multiple setup. Okay, so I see prices selling off, so if we can reclaim with some good volume, which you're seeing here, I would be interested. So my interest got peaked. I really like that. I really like this. We're still inside this area. We're holding. So I'm checking this here to see how price reacts back above or below. I'm remeasuring my area. This is my new stop loss area because I like the volume that pushed price up. And if price can come up, I'm ready to enter. So I entered right here. I entered early. I'm supposed to wait until the candle closed above, but I entered on the momentum of the move. So I entered earlier than I should have. And I was supposed to wait till the 5 minute um, candle close above and then reject it or support it. But I entered early right on this candle here. I started getting nervous because price was not moving as quickly as I wanted it to. I wanted to see an aggressive move up higher. That's really what I wanted. When we started moving, we got about to my 1 to 1 area here based on my stop loss. And I'm manually adjusting my stop loss on my trading platform. So price starts pushing low. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous, but I'm risking about 4 points, I believe, 4 points here. Um, to my goal was actually this high of day from yesterday, and so we got a bounce. Prices volume is still buyers are still stepping in each time price pushed down lower, and so this is a good sign. I wanted to add another contract into this, not going to lie, but I didn't have a valid reason to add another contract. Emotionally, I wanted to add another contract because I was risking 4 points, but technically, I didn't have a valid reason, so I didn't add a secondary contract to this trade. I like the volume, the buying here. I still like this buying. This is not technically buying. This is basically just change of volume, but it's considered buying. This is where I should have entered right here on this candle because we held back above this area. This would have been my entry. I would have had my stop loss perhaps here or still down here, and depending on how quickly price moved up. So I started trailing price. Eventually, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. So there we go. So we got close to my 1 to 1. I moved my stop loss right above my entry, and I'm just gonna let it go. This is my 2-1 area, and my goal is to exit up here. So we're just waiting, and each time that price moves to another level, I basically just follow my stop loss, trail my stop loss higher, and go from there. So just waiting for price to move. This is about 10x speed. So I'm just waiting. I move my stop loss to this area here because we have some consolidation and a higher press push up, and there we got the break. So after I noticed that, I moved my stop loss. I probably moved it already to. Actually, I entered here, so it's a 10-point stop loss. So I moved my stop loss to 55, I believe, because I entered at 76. So my stop loss was moved to 55. Eventually, I moved it. Let me fast forward a bit. Here we go. So we're just waiting. Yeah, my stop loss. See, I moved it up here. 55. I was hoping for a nice push. There was nothing holding price back up here. I didn't see anything that would stop price from moving higher, but I didn't want to get greedy for these extra 2 points because we moved up to 77 and 79 was my. So we moved up to 87 and 89 was my main exit that I wanted to get out of this trade. Or trail it up higher, but I wanted to move my stop loss there, but I got stopped out. Price did eventually reverse, came back to this 43.80 area where we did have some volume, and I noticed price was struggling there when I was in the trade earlier. I'll see if I can find it, move back a little bit and find it. Yeah, see, price was over here. This is 43.80 area where price was struggling. I noticed that, and I couldn't figure out why, and I realized that was technically quote unquote a psychological number 80. So when price did get above and it got higher, I could have technically moved my stop loss right here, but then I would just be giving all of this back, right, out of which wouldn't make logical sense. And as far as having a 10-point gain to go all the way back to just have I entered at 76 to have just a 4-point gain, and I'm typically just trying to go for 10 points. I was aiming for a lot more, and just to get 2 points to give back all of this back didn't make sense to me. So yeah, but price never went below 43.80, and after that price just consolidated right there. I thought we are gonna get another bounce lower and then move up, but price just kept moving higher, shot through my 89 level, kept going and going and going and going, never really pulled back until here. Until we got to this area here. This was a key area, and price actually, whew, that was a key area. I will show it real quick. Okay, so yeah, so that was a key area that we had here, and price eventually, keep this playing. Price eventually went what? Oh, I think our screen crashed. So price eventually went there right to the actual number 4402.5 to the exact number you can see here, and from there we dropped down. I thought I wanted price to come back to this level here, uh, but we're heading into the noon session, and I needed to eat. I was getting tired. We're heading to this noon session, so I said, well, I'll come back around 1, 2 o'clock to see if I can get into this level to see if price come down. The reason I picked this area because of this volume bar. This was our last highest volume bar that we had. So, and price broke right above it. So that's where I would like price to come down. And I stepped away from the computer to grab something to eat, and I started getting alerts, but I was nowhere near my computer. I came back late to the computer. Price did eventually come down to this level and bounce. It held. I wanted to, if I was in this trade, it's 12:33. I wanted to get in around up here, or a nice consolidation, or a nice hammer candle here. This is a big jump, so I don't have to wait for another entry, potential entry for this trade. So this one I came back around probably 12:47, and then something else came up and interrupted me from the charts. So price bounced around, had a nice inverted hammer here. I think it might be this candle here, and then price started shooting back up towards this level, and it took forever for price to get up there. Like, look at all these 5-minute candles, and yeah, and I was going to look to see if we can break the high of day before the power hour came, or during power hour. That was my hopes, to see, well, maybe price will shoot up higher. I had a level at 4419, and if price could have held this would have been a nice entry, but we had some strong selling and price was just way too low. I didn't have anything here. You can see on the 1-minute candle. If I had like maybe like a hammer candle here or something to hold it, there was nothing here to really hold. We're way below, and so there was no body of a candle here to actually tell me that I want to get into this trade to go long. So I negated this area here, and then I spotted this zone and said, well, what if price actually did come here? It would just be an awkward spot. Maybe there were potential stop losses that were still here because price shot right through. And jokingly, I didn't take it because I thought, what the heck, would price really do that? And well, price moved back up from that level. And then we came back to this key level again at 4402.5 and just rejected harshly. I like this candle here, which I saw it. I wish I saw it, but I was pretty much done for the day after that first trade here, and stepping away and other things just taken away from my mental space. I was pretty much done for the day, but that would have been a good entry up there. And that's that.